Hi, this is Dream Chasers 99414365111. Today we are going to talk about the US debt ceiling crisis that happened in the month of July 2011. Now, what is a debt ceiling? Now, government requires money for its financial commitments. So it gets its money through either taxes, fines, etc., or by borrowing the money from various sources. Because the money that is got from taxes and fines are not sufficient for its planned expenditure. So the government issues treasury bonds, bills, or notes with a promise that they will repay the amount after a certain amount of time. All this together will form the debt of that particular country. The maximum amount of money that can be borrowed by a country is the debt ceiling of that country. There are only two countries that have a debt ceiling. One is United States, the other is Denmark. An analogy would be your credit card ceiling. There is only a certain amount of money that you can borrow with your credit card. Beyond that, you cannot borrow. Now, the US till 1917 did not have a debt ceiling. Each time the government had to borrow money, the Congress had to approve it. But since the World War I started and there were multiple borrowings that were required, what the Congress did was it imposed a limit up to which the government could borrow. So that became the debt ceiling. Normally, increasing the debt ceiling is a mere formality because the US president generally belonged to the political party which had the majority seats in the Congress. Now, this time President Obama did not have the required number of seats to get the bill passed. Many Republicans and a few Democrats opposed increasing the ceiling because they felt that it will destroy the economy in the future. But the government desperately needed to increase the debt ceiling because one, the recession that was caused by the subprime mortgage crisis had already spoiled the financial situation of the government. The wars in Iraq and Afghanistan made sure that there was recurring expenditure. The previous government of President Bush had reduced the tax and hence the revenue was also very less. The cash on hand by the US Treasury became so low that some commentators even said that Apple computers had more money than the US government. On one hand, the government needed to increase the debt ceiling. The other hand, some Republicans and Democrats were opposing this. This led to the debt crisis. After this, it was resolved with some agreement that the government will reduce the expenditure and the debt ceiling was increased.